Hi my dear students, so ITF part 2. So here I am discussing some interesting and different model problems. Okay, find the domain and range of following function. Find domain and range of the following functions. Okay, so the first function is f of x is equal to sine inverse of step x. So the domain means what? The values input, nothing but input. The values of x for which this function is meaningful. That means this function is defined. Clearly, sine inverse function domain is what? Closed interval minus 1 comma 1. That means sine inverse of something. Sine inverse of something. It is defined that something should be lie between minus 1 and plus 1. So this implies that the function is defined only when x is lie between step x is a lie between minus 1 and plus 1. But we know that step x is an integer. So what are the integers in this range? What are the integers in this range? Yes, minus 1, 0, 1. So from this what we can conclude when x is a lie between, when step x is lie between minus 1 and 1 including minus 1 and plus 1 means x must be lie between minus 1 to 2, minus 1 included, 2 is not included. See now, if you take x value 1.9 also, step x value is what, 1 only no? But if you take x value exactly 2, step x value becomes 2, then it is not defined. Okay, up to 2 it is defined. Suppose next in reverse case, suppose if you take minus 1.1, so if you take x value minus 1.1, step x value become minus 2, but it cannot be less than minus 1. Okay. So, on solving this inequality, what you will get? X is lie between minus 1 and 2, minus 1 included, 2 not included. So, thus x belongs to what? Left closed minus 1, right, left closed right open interval minus 1 comma 2. This is the domain of the function. And for these values of x, step x take minus 1, 0 and 1. Hence, the range of the function becomes sine inverse of minus 1, sine inverse of 0, sine inverse of 1. Because for these values of x, this step x value is what? Either minus 1 or 0 or 1. So step x value is minus 1 means x is lie between minus 1 and 0, minus 1 included. So for those values of x, step x value minus 1, then all those numbers are mapping what? Sine inverse of minus 1. So next step x value 0, sine inverse 0, step x value 1, sine inverse 1. So sine inverse of minus 1 is minus pi by 2, sine inverse 0 0, sine inverse 1 is pi by 2. Because here this function, this interval you can split like this, minus 1 to 0. For minus 1 to 0, step x value minus 1. Okay, so all step x value minus 1, then sine inverse of step x becomes what? Sine inverse of minus 1. That means if x takes minus 1 to 0, all those elements are mapping what? Sine inverse of minus 1. Okay, if x takes 0 to 1, step x value 0, sine inverse of step x is sine inverse 0. Okay, so that means whatever the numbers are there from 0 to 1, between 0 to 1 including 0, all those numbers are mapping sine inverse 0. And when x is lie between 1 and 2, 1 included, okay, then all those elements are mapping what? Sine inverse 1, because for those values of x, step x is 1, so sine inverse of step x is sine inverse 1. So range contains only 3 elements. Minus pi by 2, 0, pi by 2. Next to same model problem, find the domain and range of f of x is equal to cos inverse of fractional part of x. So first you find domain. So this cos inverse of something is also defined. This something should be lie between minus 1 and plus 1. So minus 1 less than or equal to fractional part of x less than or equal to 1. See now, if you take any real number, its fractional part is always lie between 0 and 1. And hence it is lie between minus 1 and 1 also. That means cos inverse of fractional part of x, it is defined for every real number. Because any real number, if you take x, fractional part of x is always lie between 0 and 1. So that means cos inverse of something, it is lie between 0 and 1 means obviously defined. So because cos inverse something is defined between that something should be minus 1 to 1. But this something is lie between 0 to 1. So obviously that cos inverse of that something which is lie between 0 to 1 is also defined. So which is true for all x belongs to R. If you take any real number, this inequality satisfies. So that means what is the domain of this function? All real numbers. This is the domain of the function. Okay. Now for all these real numbers x, fractional part of x is always lie between what? 0 to 1. 0 to 1. And apply cos inverse. So cos inverse is decreasing function. Remember, cos inverse is decreasing, inequality changes. So cos inverse of 0 greater than or equal to cos inverse of fractional part of x greater than, because less than becomes greater than, here less than or equal to becomes greater than or equal to. So cos inverse of 1. So thus what you get? Cos inverse 0 what? Pi by 2 greater than or equal to f of x, because this is nothing but f of x, cos inverse fractional part of x. Cos inverse 1 is 0. So thus f of x is a lie between what? 0 and pi by 2. 0 not included, pi by 2 included. So this is the range of cos inverse fractional part of x. Next to sin inverse of e power x. F of x is equal to sin inverse of e power x. So clearly this function is defined only when e power x is lie between minus 1 and plus 1. But e power x does not take the negative values, it is taking only positive values. That means this implies that 0 less than e power x less than or equal to 1. Okay, e power x cannot be negative now, it is positive only. So this implies that e power x lie between 0 to 1. E power x is what kind of function? Increasing function. So to get x values, so we have to apply inverse of exponential, which is logarithmic. So logarithmic is increasing with base e. So log 0 what you will get? Minus infinity less than x. Log 1 is what? 0. So that means x belongs to what? Minus infinity comma 0. So this is the domain. So for this domain, so what is the e power x takes the values 0 to 1. So for this domain of the function, e power x takes the values what? 0 to 1. So now I am finding range of sin inverse of e power x. So apply sin inverse 0, 0 less than sin inverse e power x less than or equal to sin inverse 1 is what? Pi by 2. So for these values of x, sin inverse e power x takes 0 to pi by 2. So pi by 2 included. So thus what is the range of the function? 0 comma pi by 2. 0 not included but pi by 2 included. Next function fx is equal to tan inverse of log of 5x square minus 8x plus 4 to the base 4 by 5. So what is the domain and range of this function? So clearly log function is, this function is defined when the argument of this tan inverse, this must be a real number. So when this argument is a real number, when this function, this number should be positive, because first log function has to exist. So tan inverse anyway exists, tan inverse of something is exist for any real number. So it has to some real number. So it is some real number only when this part should be positive number. That is 5x square minus 8x plus 4 should be positive number. But if you observe, 5x square minus 8x plus 4. We can adjust like this. 5 into x minus 4 by 5 whole square. 5 into x minus 4 by 5 whole square plus 4 by 5 after adjusting. That means for any real number x, the minimum value of this function is what? 4 by 5. So that means it is always positive. It is always greater than or equal to what? 4 by 5. That means it is clearly greater than 0 for all x belongs to R. So that means tan inverse of log of this number, it is defined for every real number. So thus the domain of the function is what? All real numbers. Okay. Now for these values of R, then this number, this function is what? Greater than or equal to 4 by 5. That means 5x square minus 8x plus 4 is belongs to what? 4 by 5 comma infinity. So now I'm going to find range. After getting domain, next I'm finding range. So if you apply log function on both sides with base 4 by 5, so log function with the base 4 by 5, 4 by 5 is less than 1 only, no? So log of something with a base a, when a less than 1, it is decreasing function. Okay, then automatically you will get minimum value at infinity, maximum value at 4 by 5. Okay, and log of infinity base 4 by 5 is what? Minus infinity. Log of 4 by 5 with base 4 by 5, what you will get? 1. You will get, because log of this, okay, because log of this function with base 4 by 5 is a decreasing function. So obviously as the range of this function is 4 by 5 comma infinity, log of this function with base 4 by 5 range, you get that range. You will get maximum value, sorry, we will get minimum value at infinity, maximum value at 4 by 5. So log of tending to infinity base 4 by 5 is minus infinity, because this is less than 1. Okay. So next log of 4 by 5 with the base 4 by 5 is 1. So maximum value 1, minimum value tending to minus infinity. So that is the range of log this function. But we have to find tan inverse of. So apply tan inverse. So tan inverse of this function belongs to, anyway tan inverse function is what? Increasing function. So you will get minimum value at minus infinity, maximum value at 1. So tan inverse of tending to minus infinity is what? Minus pi by 2. Tan inverse of 1 is what? Pi by 4. So thus the range of this function is closed, left open, right closed, minus pi by 2 comma pi by 4. See here, this function range is this. Okay, so now log function, I am finding range of this function, then I am finding the original function range. Okay, so log of this function with base 4 by 5, to get the range of this function I am applying log base 4 by 5 on both sides. So but log of something base 4 by 5 is decreasing, that is why to get minimum value you have to substitute infinity here, and you will get minus infinity. Log of tending to infinity base 4 by 5 is minus infinity. Here open interval is there, here also open interval get. And next to get maximum value, no? So to get maximum value we have to substitute this whole value is 4 by 5, substituting this whole value 4 by 5, so 4 by 5 base 4 by 5 1. Here closed is there, here also will get closed. Now next tan inverse of log of this function. So to get tan inverse of log of that function, tan inverse function is increasing. So applying tan inverse, so to get minimum value we have to substitute this whole value is minus infinity. Tan inverse of minus infinity is minus pi by 2 tending to. Okay, so next to get maximum value, put this whole value equal to 1. So tan inverse of that 1 is pi by 4. Here closed is there, here also closed. Okay, next a simple problem. Only we have to find domain of the function. Next problem, only we have to find domain of the function. So what is the domain of the function f of x is equal to sine inverse of x minus 1 by 2? Means for what values of x this function is meaningful. So the function is defined, only this argument should be lie between minus 1 and plus 1. Okay, so this implies that minus 1 less than or equal to x minus 1 by 2 less than or equal to 1. So cross multiply 2a anyway positive, inequality remains same, minus 2 less than or equal to x minus 1 less than or equal to 2 1 2. Adding 1, so minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2 plus 1 3. So that means x belongs to what? Closed interval minus 1 comma 3. So this is the domain of the function. See, sine inverse of something is defined when something is lie between minus 1 and 1. That something is lie between minus 1 and plus 1. So cross multiply 2, so 2 into minus 1 minus 2 less than or equal to x minus 1 less than or equal to 2 into 1 2. Adding 1, so minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, x minus 1 plus 1 is x, and less than or equal to 2 plus 1 is 3. So this function is defined when x takes these values, that is x belongs to closed interval minus 1 comma 3. So this closed interval minus 1 comma 3 is the domain of the function. And to try this problem, homework, cos inverse of 3x minus 1 by 4. Find the domain of this function. Okay. Next problem. Cos inverse of 2x by 1 plus x. So what is the domain of this function? Cos inverse 2x by 1 plus x. What is the domain of cos inverse 2x by 1 plus x? So just now discussed cos inverse of domain is what? Minus 1 to 1. So cos inverse of something is defined, this something should be lie between minus 1 and plus 1. So this implies that minus 1 less than or equal to 2x by 1 plus x less than or equal to 1. Here, just like above problem, we can't cross multiply down 1 plus x. Why? Because your 1 plus x may be positive or negative, we don't know that. So that's why you can't cross multiply 1 plus x. Okay? So then how to solve this kind of problems, this kind of inequalities? Observe here. So from that we can say that 2x by 1 plus x is greater than or equal to minus 1 and 2x by 1 plus x is less than or equal to 1. Am I correct? Okay. So still you can't cross multiply 1 plus x. You transfer minus 1 this side. What will you get? 2x by 1 plus x plus 1 greater than or equal to 0. So if you take LCM and simplify, I am writing directly 3x plus 1 by 1 plus x greater than or equal to 0. And here 2x by 1 plus x minus 1 less than or equal to 0. 2x minus x minus 1 by 1 plus x less than or equal to 0. And for this, what will get the domain? X belongs to what? Minus infinity comma minus 1 by 3 closed union minus 1 open, this is closed minus 1 by 3 comma infinity. Am I correct? So numerator 0 at minus 1 by 3, denominator 0 at minus 1. So then this ratio is positive if it is not lie between minus 1 and 1 by 3. So minus 1 and 1 by 3 is not lie between minus 1 and 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3. But minus 1 does not include because at minus 1 denominator is 0, which is not possible. So numerator may be 0, equal to 0 only, no? So minus 1 by 3 included. Similarly, this product is positive. Numerator when it is 0 at 1, denominator when it is 0 at minus 1. So it is less than or equal to 0 is possible only when x is lie between minus 1 and plus 1, minus 1 and plus 1. Minus 1 does not include as well, denominator should not be 0. But 1 is included because numerator may be equal to 0. Okay. Now for these two we have to take common points. Okay. Because x belongs to A and x belongs to B means x belongs to what? A intersection B. So what is the intersecting part of these two? What is the intersecting part? X belongs to, what is the intersecting part? Minus 1 by 3 comma 1. So am I correct? See? That is the common part for these two sets. What is the common part? This is like A, this is like set B. What is the A intersection B? That is the common part. So this becomes the domain of cos inverse 2x by 1 plus x. Okay. So practice these model problems. Okay, you have here I have given what 2x by 1 plus x now. You will take 2x by 1 minus x, 3x by 1 plus x, like that. Okay. Next two. Next a simple problem. It is a PUC problem only. So it is given, find sine of 2 sine inverse 3 by 5. Sine of 2 sine inverse 3 by 5. So you take this angle is alpha. Then what we have to find, sine 2 alpha. Correct? So where what is alpha? Alpha is equal to sine inverse of 3 by 5. So from this what we can write, sine alpha is equal to 3 by 5. So draw the right triangle. Sine alpha 3 by 5. So opposite 3, adjacent hypotenuse is 5. Obviously adjacent side becomes what? 4. Okay. Now we need to find what? Sine 2 alpha value. So sine 2 alpha formula, you can use any formula in terms of tan or in terms of sine and cos also. So I am using basic formula 2 sine alpha cos alpha. So 2 into sine alpha is what? 3 by 5. So cos alpha, how will you get cos alpha? Just see the triangle. Cos alpha is what? Adjacent side by hypotenuse, 4 by 5. So that's why I have drawn triangle. Okay. So now if you simplify, what will you get? 2 3 is 6, 6 4 is 24, 24 by 5 5 is 25. Suppose the same problem if they ask cos of 2 sine inverse of 3 by 5. So that means I am taking same angle. Okay. Same angle. So that means if you take this angle is alpha, what you have to find? Cos 2 alpha. So cos 2 alpha has 4 different formulas. You can use any one of the formula. So I am using cos square alpha minus sin square alpha, basic formula. So what is the cos alpha from this triangle? 4 by 5 whole square, 4 by 5 whole square, minus sin square alpha is what? Sin alpha whole square. What is sin alpha? 3 by 5, 3 by 5 whole square. So after simplifying, what you will get? This is the 16 by 25, this is 9 by 25, 16 by 25 minus 9 by 25 is 16 minus 9 by 25, so 7 by 25. Okay. Suppose you try this model problems. So tan of 2 tan inverse 5 by 12 is given. So how will get tan of 2 tan inverse 5 by 12? So you no need to use 2 tan inverse x formula also. Okay. So just you take this angle is alpha, then you have to find tan 2 alpha. So where alpha is equal to tan inverse of 5 by 12, tan alpha is equal to what you will get? 5 by 12. So here we need to find tan 2 alpha. To get tan 2 alpha, what is the tan 2 alpha formula? 2 tan alpha by 1 minus tan square alpha. That means for this problem no need to draw the right triangle like this. Okay, because tan 2 alpha is not depending on only tan alpha value. So already we got tan alpha, so no need to draw the right triangle. Next two. So next problem, cos of 2 tan inverse 2 plus sine of cos of 2 tan inverse 2 plus sine of 2 tan inverse 3. So here tan inverse 2, tan inverse 3, both are two different angles. Correct? Then if you take this is alpha, this is you have to take angle beta. So then thus we have to calculate what? Cos of 2 alpha plus sine of 2 beta. So where what is alpha? Tan inverse of 2. So from this what you get? Tan alpha is equal to 2. And what is beta? Beta is equal to tan inverse 3. So from this what you get? Tan beta. Tan beta is equal to 3. Okay. Then cos 2 alpha plus sin 2 beta. So if you don't know cos 2 alpha in terms of tan alpha, you know if you know cos square alpha minus sin square alpha, that formula only. So with respect to this angle, you draw one right angle triangle by taking opposite is 2, adjacent side is 1, because 2 can be written as 2 by 1. So 2 is opposite, 1 is adjacent side, root 5 becomes hypotenuse. Or better you apply directly in terms of tan only. So because you know tan alpha value. So cos 2 alpha 1 minus tan square alpha by 1 plus tan square alpha. So substitute tan alpha value 2. Sin 2 beta in terms of tan is 2 tan beta by 1 plus tan square beta. You substitute tan beta value 3. By substituting tan alpha value 2, 1 minus 4 minus 3 divided by 1 plus 2 square, 1 plus 4, 5 plus 2 tan beta, 2 into 3, 6 divided by 1 plus 9, 10. So thus the answer is 0. So next, and remember I forgot to give sine inverse x can also be denoted by arc sin x. So arc sin x is same as sin inverse x, arc tan x is same as tan inverse x, arc secant x is same as secant inverse x. Okay. So next to problem. So it is given cos of arc sine 4 by 5, sine of 4 by 5. That means it is sine inverse 4 by 5. How to read? This is a sine inverse 4 by 5. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, minus arc cos of 4 by 5. So remember, it is not plus. If it is plus, then it is look like sine inverse x plus cos inverse x pi by 2, cos pi by 2 0. But here it is minus. So here this angle is different, this angle is different. You take sine inverse 4 by 5 is alpha, sine alpha 4 by 5, draw the right triangle. Next, cos inverse 4 by 5 is equal to beta, cos beta 4 by 5, draw the right triangle. Then given problem becomes cos alpha minus beta. So use cos of a minus b formula. Okay. Next problem. Tan of 2 cot inverse 5 minus pi by 4. So as usual, you take this angle is alpha. Then what you will get? Tan of 2 alpha minus pi by 4. Using tan of a minus b formula. What is the tan of a minus b formula? Tan a minus tan b. Tan pi by 4 is 1 by 1 plus tan a tan 2 alpha into tan b. Tan b is tan pi by 4 1. So tan 2 alpha into 1 is tan 2 alpha. So that means here to get this value we have to calculate tan 2 alpha value. So but what is alpha? Alpha is what? Cot inverse 5. From this cot alpha is equal to what? 5. But we have to calculate which value? Tan 2 alpha. So tan 2 alpha formula is what? 2 tan alpha by 1 minus tan square alpha. So to get this value, is it required to draw a right angle triangle corresponding to angle alpha? Not required, because cot alpha 500, tan alpha 1 by 5. So 2 into 1 by 5, 2 by 5 divided by 1 minus cot alpha 5. So tan alpha is what? 1 by 5. So then tan square alpha is what? 1 by 25. So 2 by 5 divided by 1 minus 1 by 25 is 24 by 25. So that is nothing but into 25 by 24. 5 5s are 2 1s, 2 12s are, so 5 by 12. So this is just a tan 2 alpha value. Substitute this tan 2 alpha value 5 by 12 here and simplify. I think you will get minus 7 by 70. This tan 2 alpha value substitute here. You will get minus 7 by 70. So this is tan of 2 cot inverse 5 minus pi by 4 value minus 7 by 17. And this is also most interesting problem. It is given that cos inverse x plus cos inverse y plus cos inverse z, cos inverse z equal to 3 pi. Then what is x power 2000 plus y power 2000 plus z power 2000 plus 3 divided by x power 2021 plus y power 2021 and plus z power 2021. So it is the most easiest problem, just based upon it is also range of the functions. So what is the range of cos inverse x? 0 to pi. So maximum value of cos inverse x is what? Pi. Similarly, maximum value of cos inverse y is what? Pi. Maximum value of cos inverse z? Pi. So that means this equation holds only in one case. What is that case? Cos inverse x must be pi, cos inverse y must be pi, cos inverse z also must be pi. Is it possible to take cos inverse x is 0, cos inverse y is 0, cos inverse z, suppose if it is 0, this is also 0, then cos inverse z value what you will get? 3 pi. Is it possible cos inverse of z is 3 pi? No, because cos inverse x maximum value is what? Pi only. Cos inverse of something maximum value is what? Pi. So 0, 0, 3 pi is not possible. Only it is possible all these three angles are equal to pi. When all these three angles are equal to pi, when all these three numbers are equal to cos pi. So cos pi is equal to what? Minus 1. So cos inverse x is pi means what? X is equal to cos pi. Cos pi value is what? Minus 1. So this equation holds only this first angle, second angle, third angle, each angle equal to pi. So cos inverse x is equal to cos inverse y is equal to cos inverse z is equal to pi. X is equal to y is equal to z is equal to cos pi. Cos pi value is what? Minus 1. So minus 1 whole power, even number, plus 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1. What do we get? 3. Plus 3 divided by. Because minus 1 whole power 2000 is the even number. Yeah? Minus 1, any even number is plus 1. Okay, 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3. And minus 1 whole power 2021. 2021 is odd number. So minus 1 whole power odd number is minus 1. So minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 3. So 3 plus 3 by minus 3. So 3 by minus 3 is minus 1. Minus into plus, minus. So 3 minus 1 is how much? 2. So thus the answer is 2. Next one. So, next problem. So it is given the equation of the line, straight line, x plus y is equal to sine inverse of a power 6 plus 1 plus cos inverse of a power 4 plus 1 minus tan inverse of a square plus 1. It is the equation of the straight line. A is some constant. Okay, it is the equation of the straight line. Then we have to find image of this straight line with respect to x-axis. We have to find image of this straight line with respect to x-axis. So get the image of any straight line with respect to x-axis if it is not passing through origin. Okay, if it is passing through origin, then it is itself only. Okay, if it is not passing through origin, just replace plus y by minus y. Suppose if this equation is ax plus by is equal to c. Image of ax plus by is equal to c with respect to x-axis is ax minus by is equal to c. Obviously, with respect to y-axis, what you'll get? Minus ax plus by is equal to c. With respect to y-axis, if you want to find image with respect to y-axis, replace x by minus x. But here we have to find image of this straight line with respect to what? X-axis. So first you have to simplify this constant. Okay. So that means first we need to find a value. So clearly, sine inverse of something is defined only that something should be belongs to closed interval minus 1 comma 1. Means it should be less than or equal to 1, greater than or equal to minus 1. So that means from this what you will get? Minus 2 less than or equal to a power 6 less than or equal to 0. Correct? Subtracting 1. Okay? Subtracting 1. But a power 6 is always greater than or equal to 0 na? Because power is even number. So a power 6 is always greater than or equal to 0 na? That means both are holds good only when this a power 6 value must be equal to 0. So a power 6 is equal to 0 means a value must be equal to what? 0. So even if you take cos inverse of this something is defined that a power 4 plus 1 is lie between minus 1 and 1. The same situation will get a power 4 value 0, a is equal to 0. And tan inverse of anything is defined. But in all three cases, what is the common value of a? 0. In this case, in this case, in this case, three cases, what is the common value of a? 0. In this case, a value 0. In this case also a value 0. In this case, a may be any real number because tan inverse of any real number is defined now. Okay. But in all three cases, what is the common value for a? 0. So thus, if you put a value 0, then sine inverse of 0 plus 1, sine inverse 1, pi by 2. Next to cos inverse 1, 0. Next to tan inverse 1, pi by 4. So thus, the given equation of the straight line is x plus y is equal to 4, pi by 4. Then its image with respect to x-axis is x plus y, x minus y is equal to pi by 4. X minus y is equal to pi by 4. So thank you. I'm going to close this session.